Welcome to the Stoppage Time edition of the Pitch to Pro podcast. This is a highlight reel of some of the best moments from the show so far, and every other week we will be bringing you a special 5 to 7 minute segment featuring the best stories, tales, and moments of the podcast.
I think it's a great way to think about things and very refreshing for anyone in any career path is to take a step back and identify to you what's important. And not just in your career, but important first and foremost outside of just your career. You're not defined by your career. Some people are, and that's what they choose, and that's fine. But being self-aware enough and confident in yourself to be able to take a step back for a second and talk about and think about what's important. And then that if that's the thing that's important to me, then how do I then coordinate that within my career pathing and journey and find an opportunity that allows me to, fulfill that and make sure that that's there. And so that's really, really cool and refreshing, man. And I'm just excited to hear that passion come from you and know that you're going to absolutely set these guys up for success and the coaches and the program. So really excited, but talk a little bit more about the program and what does this mean if I'm a player in Northwest Arkansas? What does this mean for the game in Northwest Arkansas as a player?
Yeah, I think, the biggest thing, obviously, I started talking to other MLS Next technical directors, whether it's within MLS Academy, they're kind of like us non-affiliates. The biggest thing for me, obviously, growing up in the area, it's something different, right? It's something that's not around, right? There's other clubs and there's other things going on within the state that are super exciting, but this is setting itself apart because we want players that are committed, we want families that are committed. You want to have some sort of seriousness within club soccer, and that's why you're going to choose to come to our MLS Next program. For players, what they'll expect is, you're going to have coaches that are committed to you. Obviously, you can hear me talking about it. I'm committed to this program. I'm not kind of pulled away by different things. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm committed for. And we expect the same from our players and from our families. You'll get that exposure that I know a lot of Arkansas players struggle with, whether it's college or whether it's, making that jump into an MLS Academy. That's one of the biggest things that I want to work on is like, how can we get these players that exposure to then make the jump? We want people to know, man, Arkansas has good soccer players, and not just Arkansas general, but Northwest Arkansas, and then trickle down. Ozark United MLS Next programs had great soccer players. That's kind of what families, parents, players can expect with this MLS Next program.
That's awesome. I mean, there are some amazing players. We have a lot of talent here in Northwest Arkansas. And what's really exciting for me about this is being able to provide opportunities and having people like yourself involved with that passion to be able to help facilitate that and foster that environment and, continue to elevate the game is just what it's all about for me. And so that's really exciting for me personally, but also for the club. I mean, that's what we're here to do. We're here to elevate and grow the game and use the power of sport to make Northwest Arkansas a better place to live, work, and play. And part of that is allowing for growth of the game and elevation of the game within the area and providing opportunities to players. So, to fall in love with the game and continue to pursue their journey, whatever level that may be. So
yeah, exactly. So if it's JUCO, if it ends with us, but we gave them the best experience, if it's Division I, if it's pro, but they know they had the best experience possible within our MLS Next structure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you talked a little bit about it, but what are coaches looking for in players? So we talked a little bit about what it means, right? Opportunity, a certain level and commitment expectation, but like, what are you looking for in players? And I think you kind of see this too. You've coached at a bunch of different levels. What in your mind separates a good from a great player?
So I've had the privilege of coaching, two MLS draft picks. They developed through us, and then they decided they wanted a different experience for their senior year, and that ended up changing, right? But we still developed them to become that All-American player. And you could tell, right? When I got here, I could tell those players are special, right? Or our guys are now they're playing pro. We could tell those guys are a little bit different. I think the biggest thing, obviously they're technically good enough, they're athletically good enough, but it's the way that they approach the game that's different. It's the way that they come into training. It's the way that they train. Not necessarily that they have the best training or that they have the best technique. It's how intense are they seeing this activity? If it's a passing pattern that's unopposed, they are still trying to do it at the best of their ability, and they're pushing their teammates to do it at the best of their ability. And those are little things that, we see when we're talking now from a Division I coach going out to recruit. You'll see them go and set up their chairs early to watch warm-up. How is a player doing warm-up? You'll see a lot of them stay after. How do they shake hands? How do they approach the opposing team? Those are the little things that coaches now are starting to look at, because culture is such a big part of, not when you talk about, obviously in the pro level, you're selling players and you have a new roster every now and then, but in the transfer portal within Division I, culture is such a big part of it.
Thank you for joining us for this Stoppage Time special of the Pitch to Pro podcast. If you've enjoyed the conversation, you can click watch the full episode here. Be sure to tune in next Thursday for a new episode of the Pitch to Pro podcast,
the official podcast of Ozark United FC.
Available on YouTube, Instagram, and everywhere you get your podcasts.